Okay, so as you might have noticed, the title for this video is not Game 4 of Gottacon or Game 5 of Gottacon, but it's Game 4 and 5 and Summary. This means I didn't play Game 4 and 5, and I have a couple reasons for not playing. First of all, I think I got a little disheartened in day 1 of my results. I hyped myself up way too much to do well in this tournament, not only in the favorite army, but in the tournament itself. Some guy showed up with this fucking mountain. It was gorgeous. It was this Night Goblin display board, and it was incredible. And I was like, there's no way I could win. Here's my finished display board, by the way. I was pretty happy with the result. There's a few things I wanted to do on it still, like add the water effects. I didn't have time. And maybe add more snow. I kind of ran out of snow flock, actually. Didn't really foresee that one coming. Anyways, I kind of cowardly opted out of day 2, and what reinforced my decision was my wife and my son were with me on this vacation, and they wanted to catch an earlier ferry home. Victoria's on Vancouver Island, and we live on the mainland, so we have to take a boat to get there. It's much cheaper than taking a flight. So anyway, she wanted to attend a birthday party that night, and we would have had to catch a 1 o'clock or earlier ferry to get home in time for her to attend this party. If I stayed through day 2 and played my 2 games, we would have had to take the 7 p.m. ferry. So I decided that since I did so shitty and I was down on my luck and I was like, fuck this game at that time, I chose not to come. And I did something really silly and I didn't really realize what I was doing. I didn't tell the TO or anyone that I wasn't going to show up the day 2. So, guys, if you ever leave a tournament, at least warn the TO that you're not going to be there. I didn't even think about it until friends that were in the tournament with me said, hey, where are you? You didn't tell anyone that you were leaving. So, you know, I feel kind of bad about that. Hopefully no one got too butthurt over it. I was the only one that should have been butthurt in this situation. But I'm pretty ashamed of not showing up. I think you should just tough it out, do it. You know, like I said, is my wife an excuse? Yeah, well, she really wanted to attend that. She probably would have been disappointed if I would have stayed. But hey, you know, I warned her before we went on this trip that she might be bored. She might, you know, have a lack of things to do and have to look after Luke, my son, that is. So anyway, I apologize for not having a game 4 and 5 for you. I hope that the next tournament I attend, actually, I guarantee the next tournament I attend, I'm not going to ditch out early, because A, it won't be someplace where I'll bring my wife for a weekend, and B, I don't want to do that again for myself. Anyways, I do have some good news about the tournament in a whole, and my weekend at Gottacon. I entered the painting competitions, and I won 2 prizes for some figures that I did. I have pictures coming up of all the different entries. You'll see mine is the Circle Ouroboros battle group for the Hordes game, and I got the first place for best group for that entry. And I did a Kingdom Death model. It's a pinup architect, I believe it's called, and I got third place ribbon for that entry. So I didn't finish another model I was working on for the large category, unfortunately, but I was just rushing to get everything done for this event. Anyways, painting competition aside, I just want to talk a little bit more about like Warhammer Fantasy and where I stand with it. I was almost ready to quit. I don't know why I got myself so hyped up and so disappointed that I lost 2 games on the first day. I guess that hasn't happened to me before. I try and be a tactical player, and I have a hard time accepting that the list I brought may not have been the best or may not have been good for the meta. And also, I take a lot of pride in my painting and my display boards and the hobby aspect of things, so I just felt kind of let down on 2 levels, and I really let it get to me more than I should have. So I think I should change my attitude about that. I think I should go play Warhammer Fantasy for fun and just, you know, try and get the soft scores. If I get the painting, whatever, that's fine. But just go and play for the battle reports, the YouTube battle reports. Go and play for, you know, testing things out. Go and play to see your friends at these tournaments. Go and play to see other people's painted armies. There were tons of incredible stuff that was being on show there. You know, I think also what I let get to me was I spent a lot of money to go on this trip, and I didn't do well, other than the painting competition. So, maybe if I want to do a serious tournament, I should play War Machine and Hordes, because that tends to be a lot more serious, and I tend to do better in those tournaments, believe it or not, just because the rules are so solid for that game, and there's not a lot of random happenings. You won't lose your wizard on a shitty dice roll, right? On a 4, 5, or 6, you have a chance of saving your wizard or losing it. So that kind of thing doesn't really happen in Hordes. And I find that even in Hordes and War Machine, in a bad matchup, I have more control over the game than I would in a bad matchup for Warhammer Fantasy. So yeah, thoughts on the tournament? It was really sweet. My only criticism is the organization wasn't what I'm used to, I guess. I'll put it that way. There was no obvious desk you sign in on when you got there. There was just a big board with people's names next to each other, and the table number, and that was how they did the matchups. After the first round, I had no idea where to hand in my results to until finally I walked around for about 15 minutes and found this little corner where this little shitty desk was, with people that weren't even the named tournament organizers were working it, and they're like, "Oh, you got your results? I'll take that." Okay, cool. Well, I think next time they should have an obvious desk out front with someone sitting there with a computer or whatever. Just that to me is the obvious signs of where you should be giving your results into. But I had a lot of fun walking around and seeing the War Machine tables, seeing other people's fantasy armies, entering the painting competition. A good friend of mine, Kelly Kim, ran the painting competition. Now you might think it's biased a little bit, but no, he's a good judge. He knows what to look for. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed in my results, but I think I'm a little more disappointed in the way I acted. I think I should have just stuck it through, endured the wrath of my wife, and just got home a bit later. So, thanks for watching. I'm not sure when my next tournament will be, but I'm guaranteed to deliver a little bit better than I did this time. Hope you enjoyed me watching my ass kicked. Sorry, watching me get my ass kicked. See ya.